We just got dropped off on Cope Island, the island where you can cope with taking an online L and no one will ever know. And we're doing it all
For my channel,
Mr. Content.
make sure to pick up a case of Mr. Content's Flamin' Hot Banana Soda. 1 out of every 10 million cans will be filled with $100 in dirty quarters.
And we're gonna see if we can survive here with nothing but all the food and supplies we need for the next 7 days.
7 days? No. That's not how Cope Island works.
What do you mean?
You see, you stay here until the Cope Copter decides you no longer need to cope.
I don't want to do that. I'm done coping. Hello, Cope Copter, take me home. I'm actually not mad about everyone hating on me for shipping Blambus and Zibberzoo from my favorite anime, Glum Doopy Doppy Academy.
Sorry, buddy, but you know what that sounds like?
Cope?
So yeah, that's me in the black shirt, and I was stuck on Cope Island because of how I dealt with the hate I got for imagining a relationship between 2 fictional characters.
Hey, Zibberzoo, want to vanquish the drunkest?
Wow, I just discovered some new fictional characters created to earn money for bored teenagers. Yeah, I'll just watch this show and not interact with the toxic fandom.
Good idea, Lambus. But first, let's get...
Oh my god, I have to ship. That is, imagine a relationship between these 2 characters. And I cannot just do it in my head. I have to go on the internet and announce it to everyone that all I think about day and night is Blambus and Zibberzoo holding hands, kissing, and having Ugh, what's wrong with this Glum Doopy Doppy Academy fandom? I don't see a single post shipping Blambus and Zibberzoo. Can we please have a little more respect in this community for Blambus x Zibberzoo shippers? This fandom has been an important, if not the most important thing in my life since I discovered this show 3 minutes ago. But I'm starting to feel like the dismissal of Blamberzoo shippers is pure toxic gatekeeping. And here's a reply. How are you a fan and don't know they literally get married 3 minutes into episode 1? There's no point in shipping them. Just as I suspected, gatekeeping the fandom for people who haven't watched the show. Now please apologize for disagreeing with me. And here's a reply. I'm sure it will be an apology. Cope? What? Don't tell me to cope. I'm the one who decides whether I'm gonna cope or not. I mean, you literally disrespected my cherished headcanon. And they said, cope harder. Listen up, you toxic gatekeeper. I'm not coping, okay? I mean, if I was coping, would I do this? Hey man, is everything okay? Huh? I was just heading out to... Sorry about the noise, Mr. Content. Someone told me to cope, and I was trying to prove to them that I wasn't coping by having a huge freakout. Yeah, but now they're just gonna say you're coping with being told to cope. Which is why maybe you should come with me to the one place where no one will know you're coping. I'm talking about Cope Island. I'm heading there because I just got torn a new one on the soda forums for my unpopular soda opinions. And while I'm on this Cope Island, will I be able to participate in the online fandom for my new anime obsession?
No.
Yeah, well, I think I'll just stay here and wait to be thanked for drawing the erotic fan art of Blambus and Zibberzoo that I just posted in the Rare Pair Glum Doopy Doppy Academy shipping forum. What the? These 2 are literally married on the show. How is this a rare pair? What's more rare than shipping characters that are in a canon relationship? Duh! No offense, but it sounds like we better just go to Cope Island.
As we looked for a place to set up camp, Mr. Content explained to me the rules of Cope Island.
So, I get that you can leave once you've truly coped, but how do you know when you've truly coped? I think you just know. Like, I heard about a guy who finally got to leave when he lost every ounce of will he had to tell people that they were playing overrated video games. And I heard about another guy who, legend has it, is still here after 20 years because of his Star Wars. Boy, I sure am thirsty. Let me check my bag for a can of what has to be the most underrated soda, Flamin' Hot Banana. Oh no. What is it? I only brought a can of the most overrated soda, Coke. Actually, maybe I'll just try and drink some water. I mean, at the end of the day, soda should really be an occasional treat, and it really doesn't matter if I personally think one soda tastes better than another. Hey look, it's the Cope Copter!
Congratulations, Mr. Content. You are no longer coping. You may now leave Cope Island.
Okay, well, bye. But we just got here. You know what? Maybe I'll come with you. I don't want to stay by myself. Come with me. So you don't care about your ship anymore? Well, of course I care, but remember, shipping is a core element of the fandom experience. It's not some silly joke like having a debate about what the best soda is. Yeah, sounds like...
No helicopter ride for you.
Okay, see ya. Make sure to keep recording yourself so I can post this video on YouTube later. Can't believe I'm stuck on this island with no access to places to discuss my favorite ship. Good thing I brought my notepad. I'll just write an explicit Mlamberzoo fanfic on paper.
Unfortunately, with no way to post my fanfiction online, I was forced to read it to a bunch of trees who refused to give me any feedback on how great it was, which I decided was only because they were trees and not because it wasn't a great ship, which of course was another example of me
Coping? Yeah, with the blowback to my unpopular ship. Say, how long have you been here? I lost track a long time ago. Yeah, I've been here ever since, well, it was 2004 and those idiots on the Ain't It Cool News forums couldn't recognize a brilliant self-insert fan fiction if it hit them over the head with a 10-foot lightsaber. Yeah, that sounds like Cope. That's exactly what they said after telling me they didn't want to read my 800-page first-person fan novel about my marriage to a gender-swapped Jar Jar Binks. Anyway, I'm sure while I've been stuck here, it's become incredibly popular back on the mainland. Have you read it? No. Yeah, probably because you're a dimwit who doesn't appreciate literature. Bro, why are you coping so hard? Don't you realize there's no point in getting angry about Star Wars? I mean, Star Wars isn't that important. It's just a bunch of goofy characters that were created to make money off of bored teenagers. Unlike Clum Glum Doopy Doppy Academy, which is also just a bunch of goofy characters created to make money off of bored teenagers. Which means people's opinions of my favorite ship don't matter.
At all. Congratulations. You have successfully achieved true acceptance and are no longer coping. You may now leave Cope Island.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. I wish there was a way to thank you for teaching me the true meaning of cope.
Mr.
Jarena Banks Shipper 1. And I'm Mlamberzoo Shipper 1. Hey, sorry I called you a dimwit. Looks like I'm gonna be here for a long time. Here, take these. It's keys to my home back in the mainland. The address is written on there. Do you mind checking on my house plants? There's no way I'm getting off this island since it's clear that the Cope Copter is biased against the Star Wars fandom. Probably because it doesn't count as true sci-fi, according to the brain-dead gatekeepers of the mainstream. Oh, I sure am glad to be back home. Boy, I wonder how long I was actually on Cope Island. Oh, 10 years. Oh, God. Oh no, the building I lived in is completely gone. Where am I gonna stay? Oh, looks like I owe it to someone to read their Star Wars self-insert fan novel.
Wow, that was an extremely detailed description of Jarena Banks' Janet. Hello?
Hey, it's me, Mr. Content. Just calling to see if you're back from Cope Island yet. I really need the video footage for my channel, cause I've completely run out of abandoned places to stay.
Really? Cause it looks like you just posted a video yesterday where you spent the night in an abandoned hotel.
Abandoned hotel room. It was abandoned by the guests that had stayed there the night before.
But isn't that just a regular hotel room?
Yeah, I'll be right over.
Okay, here's the footage from Cope Island. Thanks. Say, what are you reading? It looks disgusting. Oh yeah, it's a Star Wars fan novel. Star Wars? I thought you were only into that silly kids show, Klim Glom Dippy Dopey. Klim Glom Doopy Doppy Academy? Yes, it may have been originally made for kids, but it actually has very dark and mature themes that only adults... Hey, you mind if I grab a soda from the fridge? No, go ahead. Ugh. All that's in here is expired Coke. Why isn't there any actual good soda flavors, like Flamin' Hot Banana? Because that sounds gross? Yeah, the first one you drink might seem a little weird, but once you have a few dozen of them, you'll actually realize that they're surprisingly Anyway, like I was saying, anyone who thinks Klim Glum Doopy Doppy Academy is just for kids knows nothing about the surprisingly dark and mature lore. Anyway, like I was saying, the first sip of Flamin' Hot Banana soda might be gross, but if you actually take the time to understand the mature themes of Klim Glum Doopy Doppy Academy,
That's it. You're both going back to confinement.
Well, that's the end of the video, folks. To see an exclusive mini-sode of Klim Glum Doopy Doppy Academy and send me ideas for videos you want to see made, go to patreon.com/TonyZarek.